7th मई के बाद 19
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Elia. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Ma'am, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. कैसी रही छुट्टियां आपकी?
अच्छी थी.
Good. This is not correct. Hello, Nimra.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Good. Hello, Manur.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Hello, Laiba.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we wait for 1 more minute and then we start. Okay. So let's first take the attendance, okay? So Ahmad Hassan, no. Fahad bin Ahmed, Hafiza Aisha, Ali Musa, Mahnur.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So Mahnur is there. Nimra,
Yes, ma'am.
Sayyid Azad Asad, Farooq Ahmed, Muhammad Awais Khabar Gill, Laiba, Sahib Khan, Elia,
Yes, ma'am.
Amna Maham,
Present, ma'am.
Nashra,
Present, ma'am.
okay, Aruba, Halima, Nawab Siddiq, Sumavi Tahir, and Saul Rafaqat. Okay. So what were we studying last time? कौन बताएगा? क्या पढ़ रहे थे हम लोग? Yes. So I am sharing this board and this is showing what we were studying. ठीक है? So you can see here that these are some of the topics that we were studying, okay? So we are talking about astronomy, we are talking about the cosmos, we are talking about cosmology, we are talking about, this is some very interesting physics. In fact, most of, like we were saying the other day, most of the science fiction movies, for example, are based on these topics. You can see a lot of documentaries, videos about these topics. So it's a very fascinating topic, and these videos, documentaries are made for people who are not really physicists. So it's easy to understand. So I told you the way to study the chapter. First of all, of course, you read the chapter and that's an overview of the chapter. Then to understand the topics better, I also uploaded some video links for you to watch, to visualize many of these concepts. And then, of course, you study the chapter, you watch the videos, you then solve the examples that are given in the chapter, and then the related problems that are given as an exercise, applying the concepts that are in the chapter. And then, of course, you can also practice making small MCQs from the chapter and solving them. So that's how you will prepare for this chapter. So have you gone through the material that I've uploaded regarding this chapter? आवाज नहीं आ रही. Has anyone gone through the material? You should do that, okay? You should be able to understand the chapter, and all this material will help you understand the chapter, right? So you should be preparing for this. As you know that we have now upcoming assessments, your final assessments. So again, I can share the final assessments with you. Like I've already uploaded this in the beginning of the course. I have made the plan for the assessments and shared it with you. And I've also reminded you about it several times. So you can see the assessments plan that we are following. So if you look at this plan, you will see that we have covered most of the assessments. We've taken the midterm exam, you've gotten your marks, we've done the assignments, we've done the quizzes. All of this is finished. Now you have to prepare for the lab exam and for the final exam. And the syllabus, the format, I've already explained this to you. For the lab exam, I've uploaded the material and you can practice that material. So I've uploaded slides and videos and also the lab a manual or report formatting. Okay, so for that purpose, the format for the exam would be, I will give you a problem or a statement or a question related to the lab experiments we've done, something similar to that, and you will prepare a small report which will be a Word document, right? And you will prepare a small video with narration. You will compress it and upload it to Moodle. So for this purpose, I told you in the beginning, like, you should learn how to make a small video while you're doing the experiment on the virtual link. There are a number of virtual links we've used, so you should be familiar with them and you should know which virtual link, which topic relates to which virtual link, right? And also you should know which app on your computer, for example, or on your device would be suitable for making such a recording. With narration means that you will explain what you're doing in that video, in the how you're performing the experiment that has been given to you. And then you have to compress it so that the size becomes small. So you should look at how you can compress a video, and then you can upload it to Moodle. So there are two things you will have to upload: the Word document and a video with narration. For the final exam, you know that this is a 2-hour exam. The date of the exam is here. It's given here. This is the last week of June. This is 28th June. And this will be from chapter 3, 4, and 5. So the last quiz that you had was chapter 3 and 4. So you should be preparing chapter 5 now, okay? So I've already discussed in detail how you can prepare and practice this chapter. So please prepare accordingly. So we now come back to the board, and okay, now I'm going to ask you a question, and whoever answers the question gets a point, okay? So let's see. So I'm going to help you practice some MCQs from this chapter. And for this purpose, you should have read the chapter in order to solve the MCQs, okay? Okay, so let me see. Okay, so whoever answers this question gets a point. And before you answer this question, tell me your name, and then you can answer the question, okay? Mhm. Yes, can you see the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's the answer?
Amna ma'am. Ma'am, Amna.
Amna,
Hydrogen and helium.
hydrogen and helium. Okay, that's good actually. Right. So the answer is hydrogen and helium. So Amna gets 1 mark. So Amna, can you tell us where in the book this topic is related to which part of the chapter? Yes, Amna.
मैम ये बिग बैंग से रिलेटेड है यानी कि जब बिग बैंग हुआ था तो there was like too much water and after it expanded and cooled down then the 2 elements were left
Very good.
hydrogen and helium.
So we have in the chapter about the beginning of the universe, right? And there is an explanation of how in the beginning the temperature was very high, right? And then gradually it cooled down, and when it cooled, it started cooling down, then some elements were formed, and the first elements that were formed were hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen and helium, as you know, are the simplest elements, right? Hydrogen has only 1 proton and 1 electron, right? So it started with the smaller elements, and then later on the bigger elements, and then molecules started forming, right? So this is this part of the chapter where we have this explanation, right? So if I share the book with you, so you see here, you can see the book chapter, right? You can see the Big Bang model, right? It talks about how the universe started, and then the universe is expanding. I've also uploaded 2 links for the Nobel Prize in which it was proved that the universe is expanding, because these were initially theories, and then of course, once the theory is there, you try to prove it, you find the evidence for it, and actually when it's proved, then you got the Nobel Prize for proving that the universe is expanding, right? So here you can see that in the beginning, the universe was at a very high temperature, hence it was thought to behave as a gas, and gradually you started seeing the different processes taking place. You have some explanation here, and then you can see that here you have some explanation of how this went, and the forces and the particles and so on. We've already discussed these things. Here you can see this explanation, right? And there were various and later on we also talked about nuclear reactions, and we talked about here formation of nuclei, hydrogen, helium, and deuterium. Okay, so you can see it here, right? Now, when the temperature became suitable, then of course these elements started forming. So here you can see this. Okay, so you can read this in detail and practice this. So let's talk about another question. Again, whoever answers it will get a point. Okay. So let me share the board now. Okay, so who would like to answer this? First, tell me your name and then you can explain. Hmm. Yes, who would like to answer this?
Ma'am,
Yes, Amna.
मैम 100% तो श्योर नहीं लेकिन आई बिलीव कि ये अर्ली बिग बैंग की वजह से जो अर्ली रेडिएशंस में से एक थी क्या नाम CMR करके कुछ तो ये वो वाली रेडिएशन है जो बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग में इस्तेमाल हुई थी नाम एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं आ रहा
Okay, I'm going to share again. Anyone else?
मैम ये हो सकता है
Yes,
मैम सॉरी फकत
Saul, yes.
मैम ये हो सकता है the spectrum of the cosmic waves microwave background, the squares are the observed data point, the line is a curve for 2.7 to 6K black body, the peak of the black body spectrum is at 1.1 mm. मैम ये जो ग्राफ है ना वेवलेंथ और इंटेंसिटी के जो ये लाइन है इसके ऊपर जो ये पॉइंट्स है ना डार्कर पॉइंट्स ये वो माइक्रोवेव बैकग्राउंड है
अच्छा
कॉस्मिक
अच्छा ठीक है अच्छा यू कैन रीड द एक्सप्लेनेशन बुक में भी है वैसे भी आप पढ़ना चाहें तो पढ़ सकते हैं मैं आपको कुछ ऑप्शंस देती हूँ आप उसमें से चूज करके मुझे बताना कौन सी वाली हमारा क्वेश्चन आंसर कर रही है ठीक है अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट वी आर डूइंग ठीक है तो यहाँ पे आई विल गिव यू सम ऑप्शंस with fusion. Okay, Saul, please choose one answer now. What's the correct answer? Yes. Saul Rafaqat.
मैम देख रहा हूँ काफी कंफ्यूजिंग है ये.
Confusing नहीं है, आराम से relax करके. ये तो it's like a game. It's fun actually. So it's related to the topics in the chapter, and we are making MCQ. We are practicing MCQs from those topics. Okay. So confusing nahi hai, aram se you can relax and you can try to understand and then answer.
मैम आमना.
Amna, yes.
मैम मुझे डी ऑप्शन लग रहा है. मुझे डी ऑप्शन लग रहा है.
Okay, so D. Okay. So D आमना कह रही है तो D actually is correct. ठीक है. So सारे points हमने आमना को देने हैं आज. So again, you study your book carefully, right? And you can find these topics there. वहां से पढ़ो, videos देखो, and there are many sources that I've uploaded जिनसे आप इसको आराम से समझ सकते हो, and then you can answer these questions. So I'm going to share the book again. I'm going to share. ये देखो, you can see the book. ठीक है? So this is also known as microwave background radiation. ठीक है? So this is, you have an explanation here in the book. In several parts of the chapter, actually, they've mentioned this. So this is, a remnant of the Big Bang. And since its initial discovery, this background radiation has been studied. And the most important observations of this was done with the help of a satellite, and it was confirmed. And this इसकी further explanation आप लोग देख सकते हो, ठीक है? So यहाँ पे you also have a figure that explains this background radiation and its intensity and its wavelength and so on. And again, how this is related to temperature, right? Because in the beginning the universe was very hot, right? And so you have a lot of explanation for this in your chapter, and you can go through this. Okay. Right. So now we go to another question. Okay. Let's look at another one. पढ़ के आया करो आप लोग ताकि you can answer the question. Okay, who would like to answer this question? Okay, yes. I can give you some choices. Okay, now you can tell me. It's easier to answer now. Okay. Okay.
मैम इनमें से मल्टीपल चूज कर सकते हैं?
आप मल्टीपल चूज कर सकते हैं। आमना पहले हम किसी और को चांस देते हैं। लेट समवन एल्स ट्राई। ठीक है, कोई और ट्राई करना चाहता है आंसर करना? यस। Who would like to try? चलो फिर आमना से ही कर लें। आमना बताओ।
मैम एक तो अभी अभी हमने पढ़ा कॉस्मिक बैकग्राउंड रेडिएशन, ये आप में लिखा हुआ था ऑप्शन में ही ना, डी में, कि ये एविडेंस है। और एक हुप्सला रेड लाइट वाला, ये जो हुप्सला है, एक्सपेंशन ऑफ
हबल्स लॉ।
यूनिवर्स, ये
हबल्स लॉ।
वो
हाँ जी,
उसमें यही था कि जो है वो एक्सपैंड कर रही है। जब बिग बैंग हुई थी उसके बाद से गैलेक्सीज एक दूसरे से दूर दूर जा रही हैं।
वेरी गुड।
और उसके बाद ये जो हीलियम, हाइड्रोजन, लिथियम ये फाउंड हुए थे, तो इनका ये पता चला था कि पहले एक्सप्लोयर हुआ था, जो उसकी वजह से पहले दुनिया बहुत गर्म थी, तो बाद में आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वो कूल डाउन हुई और इस चीज से पता चला था कि जो है ना बिग बैंग हुई थी, क्योंकि
वेरी गुड,
यही वो एलिमेंट रह गए थे।
वेरी गुड। सो द आंसर्स आर A, C, and D.
एंड
Very good, Amna. That's very nice. Okay, so Amna gets another point. आज सारे points Amna ने लेने हैं, ठीक है? Okay, so let's do another one. Okay. Okay, this one is easy. अब कोई try करे इसको. Anji, who will answer this?
मैम ये वो वाली फोर्सेस है ना जो आपने उस दिन वीडियो में भी दिखाई थी?
Anji. Ji, what would be the answer? नाम
Saul
बताओ.
Rafaqat.
साउल रफाकत नाम बताओ. हाँ जी बता दिया. चलो आगे. Yes.
Ma'am, C.
C, very good. So this is written in
Gravity.
your, very good. So these are the forces. These are written in your book. They are also given in the videos that I've shared with you. So these are the 4 fundamental forces that we believe to be in the universe, right? ठीक हो गया? So let's see if we have time for another one. So Saul gets 1 point. Okay, इसमें time लगेगा. So I will leave you this as a homework. Why is the end? Okay, so you can try to answer this. And we don't have much time now. So if the time ends, then you can do this as a homework.
मैम मेरी अटेंडेंस नहीं लगी.
Saul,
जी मैम.
लगा दी मैंने.
Thank you मैम.
You're welcome. So think about this and let me see. इस वक्त कौन-कौन है class में? Yes, so Mahnoor joined, but she's not in the class anymore. उसने join किया था, फिर I don't know, she's not there anymore. Nimra is there. Okay. Laiba, Nimra, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Laiba, Elia,
Yes,
Amna is there. Nashra.
मैम वो तो भाई एक्चुअली मेरा म्यूट नहीं हो रहा था.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, yes. So please study the chapter and try to answer the questions so that you get more familiar with the topic. Okay. It's interesting. It's simple. It's not difficult, but you need to practice it. ठीक है? Because the meeting is now going to end. So I'll leave you with this question and you can try to solve it and we can then discuss it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.